Where do we go from here? The Gospel of John, chapter 20, verse 19 states, "It was late that Sunday evening, and the disciples were gathered together behind locked doors because they were afraid of the Jewish authorities. Then Jesus came and stood among them. 'Peace be with you,' he said." The Easter festival is over. Jesus' tomb is empty, and not one person in the room knows where his body is located. It has been a full day since Jesus' body was liberated from the stronghold of death. A full day filled with unbelievable talking points. A full day since Mary, standing in the cemetery, heard Jesus call her by name in a way that only he can. She responded, "My Lord." The Jewish authorities are still exciting riots, pointing to the insurrectionists, to those who followed Jesus as they were government terrorists, traitors, and heretics. Controversy is the plight, and they find themselves in locked quarters. The Lord is risen, but the disciples are in the same place on resurrection evening. Among those 119 persons presented a lone voice shout, "What now? Where do we go from here? Is death really defeated?" Yes, Charvin has been found guilty, but the game is not over yet. Bishop Othel Hawthorne Lakey said, "If you raise a question, you must answer it or attempt to answer it." So may I kindly suggest 5 possible answers to the question, where do we go from here? First, people of color are not free in America. We must become the ones who hear the blood of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Trayvon Martin, and countless of other young, intelligent minds who are intentionally cut down before their promised future is reality. We must work for social justice, police reform, and a right to live. Secondly, we must become one who teach in our own communities. The vaccinations are proven ways of managing the current crisis that each American faces, particularly people of color. Third, we must become the one who teach going green as a part of the theology of Christian stewardship. Perhaps it would be good if believers in Christ would elevate our conversation and take care of God's creation. Fourth, we must continue raising our voices by shouting in the ears of racist, oppressive, uncaring Americans. Not only does Black lives matter, but all of God's children's lives matter. Fifth and finally, we must engage conversation that speaks to a culture and a climate that makes it okay for mass murders and shooting in schools, churches, and gathering places, such as Emmanuel Temple AME Church, Sandy Hooks Elementary School, Columbine High School, Parkland School, the Asian American Spa. Where do we go from here?